It's time for Mornings at 8 with Jonathan Mark on AM 1480 WLEA.
Oh, yes, indeed. And here we are. How are you doing on this bright and sunshiny Tuesday morning? Yeah. Well, Tuesday, the best thing you could say about Tuesday is at least it's not Monday. So the beginning of the week is done and we are now in the work week. Well, wow, there is so much. There is so much this morning. Where do I begin? How about, now you heard Brian's story on how the Canada Bridge project is coming along. The Common Council addressed that issue last night, and there were a few other things. Let me see. The city also granted code enforcement officers Bud Burdett and Larry Bacon the power to enforce all rules and regulations created by the newly established tree board in the city. The board was created because Hornell has the status of an arbor city, and tree boards are created to study, investigate, counsel, develop, update annually, and administer a written plan for carrying out the planting, removal, maintenance, and protection of all trees and shrubs on public areas. So, there you go. That too happened last night at the Common Council meeting. Also, believe it or not, summer is coming. I think, what thing is it? I think the summer solstice is on Friday of this week, the 21st, I think. Anyway, summer will be here, which means the pool will be open at Veterans Memorial Park in James Street. And the pool is going to open, and also playgrounds will be opening. Let me see here. The pool at Veterans Memorial Park will be open Tuesday, June 25th through Sunday, June 30th from 1 in the afternoon until 5. And the city summer recreation program officially starts on Monday, July 1st. And let me see, as of July 1st, the pool will be open Monday through Saturday, 10 till 11:45. That's an hour and 45 minutes. And then from 1 till 4:45, and then from 6 until 7:45 at night. And then on Sunday, it'll be open noon till 5:45. It'll be open swim. All right? And the baby pool will be closed for maintenance on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And also, let me see here, the playgrounds at the Columbian School, Bryant School, the high school, Stephen Street, Madison Avenue, and James Street Park will be open for the summer on Monday, July 1st. Playground hours are from 9 till noon, and then from 1 till 4. So we have that. Now, this has been making news. This has been making news for weeks and weeks and weeks, and now it's become official. Governor Cuomo has signed a bill granting undocumented immigrants access to New York driver's licenses, despite 11th hour concerns. And this I found in the New York Daily News. And there are stories all over the net on this. Let me see. As I said, this is from the New York Daily News. Undocumented immigrants will have access to driver's licenses under a new green-lighted law by the legislature on Monday. They voted yesterday, and it was signed by the governor hours after he tried to tap the brakes on the controversial measure. Cuomo has repeatedly expressed support for the bill, but raised last-minute concerns Monday about whether the information about undocumented immigrants gathered by the state DMV could be obtained by federal officials and used for immigration enforcement. And this is a quote from the governor. You create a driver's license for undocumented people. You just have to make sure you do it in a way that the feds don't come in the next day and access that database with the exact opposite intention. And that was from the governor. So he was concerned. Let me see if I got this straight. He was concerned that the federal government might come in and enforce federal laws in New York State.
And guess what?
That was his main concern.
Guess what?
Okay.
Top story on the Drudge Report is that President Trump, and this is from Reuters, said that U.S. officials are going to, from ICE, are going to begin the process of removing millions of illegal aliens who have found their way into the U.S.
Yeah.
So it sounds like New York State native President Donald Trump is fighting back his way.
So let me see. The governor was concerned that the federal government might try to enforce federal laws. Is this the independent Republic of New York? I don't understand that. I think it's part of the United States, which would probably come under federal law. I think I mean, I'm not an expert here, but it would probably be affected by federal. I don't understand that. Okay, anyway, so on we go. And once again, from the New York Daily News here, as lawmakers debated the bill, the Cuomo administration's top lawyer sent a letter to State Solicitor General Barbara Underwood seeking her legal opinion on whether the measure could expose undocumented immigrants to federal immigration enforcement. There we are again. Okay, very good. Obviously, now who said this? Cuomo's counsel, Alfonso David. Okay? Alfonso David, that's the guy's name. Obviously, in responding to this question, we ask that you assume a federal legal challenge to such a law in New York should it be enacted, and take into consideration similar laws or circumstances in other states, as well as our current data sharing process with the federal government. You mean they actually do share data with the federal government? Well, that's a start. Cuomo mused at an unrelated press conference, quote, "Why give Trump a list of undocumented immigrants?" Well, there. Attorney General Letitia James, there she is again, responded with a terse defense of the measure, calling it not only constitutional, but, quote, well-crafted. The legislation is well-crafted and contains ample protections for those who apply for driver's licenses, James said in a statement. If this bill is enacted, which it has been, and challenged in court, we will vigorously defend it. Overcoming the governor's qualms, I'm still going on here, overcoming the governor's qualms, Republican opposition and the reservations of moderate members, is there a moderate anywhere anymore? I don't know. Anyway, of moderate members concerned about the policy's unpopularity in upstate. Senate Democrats approved the bill with 33 votes. I do have a statement here. Now, Brian had this in his news, too, where State Senator Tom O'Mara, a Republican from Big Flats, called the whole thing reckless, giving driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants. He called it reckless. His official statement, this is all in quotes from Senator O'Mara, Governor Cuomo and the legislature's Democrats are behind the wheel, recklessly running red lights and speeding this state down a radical, irresponsible road to ruin as a high-taxing, big-spending haven for lawbreakers. Welcome to one-party control. He says law-breaking illegal immigrants should never be rewarded with the government-issued driver's licenses. It puts public safety and security at risk, imposes another unfunded mandate on counties, and asks local law-abiding public servants to break the law. Speaking of which, the New York State Association of County Clerks opposes the action. So they're not too happy with it either. And approximately somewhere between 200,000 and 300,000 undocumented immigrants or aliens or whatever you call them, 265 it says here. Supporters say the so-called Green Light Bill will make more than 265,000 people eligible for licenses and improve road safety by making non-citizens who drive take road tests and get insurance and annual vehicle inspections. So it will make New York State's roads safer and give licenses or allow 265,000 people to apply for licenses who were here illegally. I just don't. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Okay. Protections are built into the bill that purposely make it difficult for federal officials to access data which was collected by the state when someone applies for a license. And under the bill, a license holder must be notified within 3 days if any request is made to access their personal file, and a court order would have to be secured before the state can release a driver's information to the federal government. And that's about it on that. So the bill did pass. And I think probably all our local lawmakers, Republicans, State Senator Tom O'Mara, Assemblyman Phil Palmisano, and who else? Assemblywoman Marjorie Burns,
Assemblyman Joe Giglio.
And they're all against it. But as I said yesterday, if you're in the minority party, then you're out of luck. You can't really do anything, you know. So it isn't just New York State. It's probably just any old state. If you are in the minority, then you don't have a voice. However, a new poll found that, let me see, a Siena poll last week found that more than half of New Yorkers oppose the bill, and about 4 in 10 support it. So that's how New York State feels, but that's what we got. Okay, that's it. We're done there. Now, file that there. Now, this is a news release from New York State. But have you traveled the New York State Thruway? Of course, probably everybody has at some point. And you have either an Easy Pass or you pay cash at these toll booths. Well, there's a new plan. It's more than a plan. It's going to take place. As a matter of fact, it started already. $355 million investment includes implementation of cashless tolling and removal of existing toll booths at 52 thruway interchanges and barriers. And that will affect how many people use the thruway every year? 267 million motorists use the thruway. 267 million people. Wow. Anyway, through this new system, what the state will do is install gantries over the roadway. All right, a gantry over the roadway, very, very high tech, which it will automatically record your license plate. You take a picture of your license plate, and then you will get a bill in the mail. I think that's, I don't know. So the registered owner of the vehicle will get the bill in the mail, rather than having to stop and, wait in line and then pay the toll. So that's how it's going to work. Now, let me see. It says cashless tolling is already operational at the thruway's fixed-price barriers in the lower Hudson Valley region and the Grand Island bridges up in Buffalo there, or Niagara Falls, I guess. Anyway, so it's already in use there. Vehicles with Easy Pass tags are automatically charged, and vehicles without Easy Pass tags will have the license plates captured, and customers who pay using tolls by mail will pay the same toll rate previously paid by cash customers. And Easy Pass customers with New York accounts will continue to receive a slight discount. So anyway, that's how that is. So they will just take a picture of your license plate. Huh. Okay, what else have we here? Oh, this is kind of interesting. Okay. Okay, you're sitting in a plane, and it's waiting to take off, right? And it's sitting parked. And all of a sudden, it's hit by a truck. That probably doesn't happen too awfully often, but apparently it happened at the Pittsburgh International Airport. There was a Southwest Airlines plane. It was a 737 or something? It was a 737. A big plane. So it's sitting, and all the passengers are on the plane, and they're ready to take off. And it looks like a box truck owned by Southwest Airlines smashes into the plane. It doesn't say why the driver lost control, but it whacked into the plane. So everybody is taken off the plane, and the driver is treated at a local hospital, and they towed the plane away, and they're going to patch it up or something. So now this plane was on its way to, or it was going to be going to Denver. So imagine you take off in another plane, and you finally get to Denver, and somebody asks you, how'd the flight go? And you say, well, our plane was hit by a truck. Okay, that doesn't really happen like too often, except maybe in Pittsburgh. So there goes that. And what else have we here? This was from USA Today. A lost career, household chores, and divorce, why a court ordered a man to pay $179,000 to his ex-wife. A judge ordered, this is for USA Today, right? A judge ordered an Argentinian man to pay his ex-wife about $179,000 after she left her career to raise their children and do household chores during their decade-long marriage, a landmark ruling in the South American country. The woman, identified as a 70-year-old, her initials are ML, there you go, held a degree in economics, but was too old to find a new job by the time her husband left her. When the couple separated, the ruling from the country's National Appeal Court says the woman faced financial hardship while the man, quote, had a good time. Well, okay. They married in 1982 and separated 27 years later in 2009 and divorced in 2011. So the judge in the case, Victoria Fama, F-A-M-A, Victoria Fama, said she considered how the woman took care of the household while the man worked to determine the payout of 8 million pesos, which, as I said, in real money is $179,000. So the amount is unprecedented for divorce financial compensation. But the unbalanced division of labor during a marriage isn't uncommon. Argentinian women spend twice the amount of time per day caring for children and doing household chores compared to men. So this guy has to pay his ex-wife $179,000 in real money because she couldn't get a job in the field in which she held a degree when they got married. That's got to be a new one. But anyway, okay, we're going to take a break and we will be back.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NBA, where an estimated 1.5 million people packed downtown Toronto for a victory parade and rally celebrating the Raptors NBA championship. Unfortunately, 4 people were shot and wounded at the event, with the victims sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. Police have reportedly taken 3 people into custody and recovered 2 firearms. In baseball games of note, the Yankees shut out the Rays 3-0. New York starter Masahiro Tanaka gets a complete Game 2 at shutout. He struck out 10 as New York moves a game and a half up on Tampa Bay for the top spot in the AL East. The Brewers were shut out by the Padres 2-0. Milwaukee's lead on Chicago for the top spot in the NL Central is down to a half game. Braves batter the Mets 12-3. Atlanta's won 10 of 11, and they've opened up a 3-game lead on Philadelphia for the top spot in the NL East. The Phillies were rained out in D.C. Red Sox won their 6th in a row, knocking off the Twins in the Twin Cities 2-0. And the Giants beat the Dodgers in L.A. by a score of 3-2.
New to golf or seasoned veteran, you'll enjoy the casual, relaxed atmosphere of Vanderview Golf Course. 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road, Vanderview is a 9-hole executive-length golf course with a driving range on one side of the road and the course on the other. Family-friendly and fun recreation for everyone. Greens fees are one price for unlimited play, $9.50. High school students, only $5. Children 12 and under with an adult, no charge. You can play up to 18 holes or 9 holes with a cart and get the second 9 holes at no additional charge. Ladies and senior golfers who don't hit the long ball, Vanderview's got the executive length that's just right for your game. And new this year, a season pass for only $100. That's a lot of golfing fun for a very little bit of money. Vanderview Golf Course, 2 miles from downtown Alfred on Waterwells Road. Vanderview Golf Course.
From the Fox Business Network, a hit production company could be making programming for Warner Media's streaming service, expected to launch later this year. MarketWatch says J.J. Abrams, whose Bad Robot Productions is behind Lost, Alias, and Westworld, is close to a deal worth $500 million with AT&T's Warner Media. Shares of meat and poultry companies declined yesterday after the Agriculture Department released numbers indicating farmers have planted fewer acres of corn and soybeans because of persistent flooding. Meat producers need those crops for feed. Supersonic aircraft could be making a comeback. The Concorde stopped flying in 2003. The Wall Street Journal says now there are at least 4 commercial businesses looking to certify supersonic planes in the U.S. The Dow was up 22 yesterday. NASDAQ gained 48, S&P up 2. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And now get your first month's supply for just $5 at 4hims.com/Chris. Hims connects you with real doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. So easy. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to 4hims.com/Chris. That's 4hims.com/Chris.
Today at Simmons Rockwell Ford, receive up to $2,500 in Ford trade assistance with your 99 or newer vehicle trade. Now purchase a new 2019 Ford F-150 STX 4x4 Crew Cab equipped with 20-inch alloy wheels and running boards. With Ford Trade Assist and Ford Finance Bonus, they're only $33,999. Shop the Simmons Rockwell Ford dealership near you. Simmons-Rockwell.com.
And we're back. Okay, let me see. I have a couple of really kind of unusual stories here. How about man caught at JFK smuggling finches for bird singing competitions? Okay, finches I've heard of. Bird singing competitions I've never really heard of. But here goes the story. This is from where? The website is a Metro website. It says, a man tried smuggling nearly 36 live finches from Guyana through JFK Airport so he can sell them for use in high-stakes Big Apple bird singing competitions, federal officials say. 39-year-old Francis Gurahu was arrested Sunday after he flew into the Queens Airport at JFK, right, from Georgetown, Guyana. U.S. Custom and Border Protection officials found 34 live finches, each hidden inside a plastic hair curler inside of Gurahu's carry-on when he was chosen for a customs examination, according to a criminal complaint filed in Brooklyn federal court on Monday. Gurahu admitted that he had intended to smuggle the birds inside of his carry-on luggage and that he planned to sell the finches for about $3,000 each. Little finches like this. I mean, teeny little bird. $3,000 each, making for a payday of about $102,000. So, he stated that he knew what he did was wrong. I mean, you wouldn't have 34 finches and hair curlers in your carry-on by accident, would you? I mean, you're doing it, it's a deliberate thing, right? Okay, but was motivated by the potential financial gain, the court document said. According to the complaint, U.S. Customs and Border Protection working at JFK have stopped numerous people trying to illegally traffic the small seed-eating birds into the U.S. from Guyana. In these singing contests, these singing contests are held in Brooklyn and Queens. In such contests, according to Special Agent Gabriel Harper of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, in such contests often conducted in public areas like parks, 2 finches sing, and a judge chooses the bird determined to have the best voice. Those who attend the singing contests often gamble on the birds. A finch who wins these competitions becomes valuable and can sell in excess of $5,000, said Harper. And let me see, she also noted that although certain species of finch are available in the United States, species from Guyana are believed to sing better and are therefore more highly sought after. And let me see, there was another guy, what was it? Last December, federal authorities arrested a Guyanese man at JFK Airport for trying to smuggle in 70 finches concealed in hair rollers in a duffel bag. So apparently these bird singing contests are a big deal in Brooklyn and Queens. I never heard of such a thing, but I guess maybe, who knows, hey, people are very strange. And one more quick one. This is from CNN. The Norway island of Sommerøy wants to be the world's first time-free zone. Time-free zone. This is purely marketing. This is PR. This is really clever. Don't you wish those long summer days could last forever? That's right. An island in northern Norway is campaigning to do just that. With the Northern Hemisphere summer solstice just around the corner on June 1st, Sommerøy wants to swap its watches for flower garlands and declare itself the world's first time-free zone. Now, let me see. How many people live there? About 300 people live in this little island. It's north of the Arctic Circle. Okay, 300 people live in this tiny little island north of the Arctic Circle. And what they want to do is, because it has 6 months of winter, 6 months of night, and then 6 months of day, they want to do away with time entirely. So when you walk over the bridge to this island, you're supposed to take your watch off and leave it on the bridge, okay? This is pure PR, and this is really this is really clever. So they want to have no time on this island. Okay, so you can mow your lawn in the winter. You can it's really amazing. I don't know how it might work. Who knows? Okay, fine. That's it. And that's about it for this morning. And I will see you tomorrow at 8:05. Bye.